All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live in full effect right here, right now. We got the one and only, the ever so talented. We got OG PMD live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, how's it going? What's going on? Yes, sir. I'm in the building. Y'all check me out, Canada. What's going on?
I gotta say, first and foremost, man, I gotta give a giant, huge shout out to John Betancourt for actually getting us connected and sending me your music.
Yes.
Because when I heard your music, man, it blew my freaking mind, bro. That is exactly what hip hop needs.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I sure appreciate the love and praise, man. First of all, let me thank you for this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate expansion and, getting different markets. I love it. I really do appreciate everything you do.
But I gotta ask you, man, I want to take you back to the very beginning, and I have to ask you, man, what inspired and sparked the amazing career of OG PMD?
But I mean, I could take you back not specific time, but just a few years, back. It was really the influence of my cousin DJ 2X, and one of my good friends, my brother, Still Gutter. That's what he goes by, and they were doing music, their thing, and I was kind of on the back end. So my homie Still Gutter seen the more so of the R&B side of me and put me in a booth, while my cousin Joker seen the more aggressive and influential part in the rap. So between those two guys put me on, that started me out, and over time I just got better and better with it. I feel it.
And also, as well, man, you actually dropped a phenomenal project back in the year of 2014, and I titled "What They Say." I gotta ask you, like, what's the story and inspiration behind that phenomenal project, and is it still circulating the internet to be purchased or streamed today?
Oh yeah, I mean, what they say is I got a feature on their good friend, country boy, Willie James, and we really just I mean, the way of the world these days, you always have people talking, whether it's good or bad. You always got people talking. So with that track, we just kind of inspired each other to get in the booth and kind of go off of what people usually are saying about other people, and we just kind of developed what our response would be if it was the world speaking about us.
And I gotta say as well, because I do know it's a fairly old record, but do you have any hard copies available of that amazing record that our listeners can actually hit you up and contact you about actually getting a copy today?
I do have copies, but I haven't made that one, completely public. But I would definitely. It's a lot of projects that I had on hold, and I just never made public to its fullest extent. And that would be one of the tracks that I want to go back in the studio and get it, reverted to completion and actually put it out. So I mean, they can look for soon. I won't mind doing a full reboot of it because, like I said, I haven't dropped the cover. So they can look for it soon. And I have many more projects to come.
And also as well, jumping ahead 1 year, in 2015, you actually performed live at the 7th annual Battle of the Cities Car and Bike Show, man. I was wondering if you could tell our listeners a bit more about that experience, and of course, how did that opportunity arise for you? Because at those car and bike shows, man, they get like thousands upon thousands of people just strolling through an hour.
Oh yeah, man, those car and bike shows. Well, first of all, I'm a Florida boy. For the listeners, just to let y'all know, I'm a Florida boy. Shout out FLA, 850 Tallahassee. But with that being said, we like our cars down in Florida. We like our cars down south. Big rims, wet paint, loud music. That's the vibe we like. So with that being a very intriguing interest of mine, I got with my cousin M. Dot, and we came together and actually knew a couple of people that's behind the scenes and got plugged in with that performance. It was great, though. It was amazing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people vibed out to what we had, and it was great. It was a great show.
And I gotta ask as well, because I do know with the whole coronavirus going on, like certain states and even countries are kind of touch and go with opening back up. But I gotta ask, do you have any shows lined up? And if so, where can our listeners actually come and see the amazing OG PMD perform live in person?
Well, we're actually we're trying to get our track record together with radio and stuff like that. trying to hit a bigger market. So we haven't necessarily, especially with the Corona thing, like it's kind of dwindling down for the most part. Like, pretty soon we'll be almost to normalcy as possible. So we really haven't gotten up to actually make like booking dates. But trust me, it's soon to come. We're really just trying to handle behind the scenes first and get the product out. And once we get the product, we build a good fan base. Hopefully we can get some of the Canadian followers and stuff like that, and we'll get those shows online. But we want the people to vibe first. We want the people to feel us, hear us first, because it's easy to put out a record and you book yourself for a show and there's nobody in the building. It's like, what did you do it for? So we want to get the fan base rolling. We want to get everybody vibing, tuning, get the feeling OG PMD, and we go kick it off from there.
And also as well, in 2015, you actually dropped the single Take a Picture, which I gotta say is absolutely phenomenal. But I was wondering, what's the story behind that single? And of course, where can we actually stream ourselves a copy today?
Take a Picture is another one of those not fully released tracks. But it is good. It's a great track. I put that together with one of my producers by the name of Quino, so we call him. And I really just came up with that concept of that song more so, like I said, with the whole car show thing. I'm really into cars. That's my whole vibe. That's my interest. So the whole car show vibes. I did plenty of cars. If people can follow me on at PMD 850, they'll see that I have numerous cars on there that I put together. And I just the fact that I do cars inspired me to make that track. And PMD 850 right now is basically what you can find on IG. We have a site coming up, and we'll have it all together for all the listeners.
And also as well, you actually released the track All I Know featuring the one and only Country Boy. I was wondering, how did yourself and Country Boy get connected? And of course, what was it like actually collaborating with him on that particular joint?
Oh yeah, see, All I Know is out. You can find that on numerous of platforms. All the basic Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that stuff there. And I have a video on YouTube, OG PMD. That's my channel on YouTube. You can find that video. And me and Country Boy, like I said, we go way back to when I first started music. On the production level, and just collaborating from my producer that I had, which is Quino again. And the whole thing about that, behind that track, is really just kind of like on the street level. We really just kind of vibe and connected on the street level, and we do it together.
And I gotta ask as well, do you guys have any new projects like in the works together right now, or are you guys kind of just doing your own separate thing?
Yeah, we're definitely doing our own separate thing, but that's my dude, and he hollers at me too. So moving forward, futuristically, I mean, we still got that bond, even though he does his thing and I do my thing. But we got so many projects together that we haven't released yet. Like it's a lot that myself is holding on to, and with country too. But it's all in the making. It's all in the making.
And also as well, March 23rd of 2016, you actually had the opportunity to open up for young Dolph at the Moon Club. I was wondering, what was that experience like for you, and did you have the opportunity to actually meet young Dolph that night?
I mean, honestly, for me, I'm from the street, so I don't really be on the whole groupie thing. I got up there, I did my thing, and I got out. And that's really my vibe. I know it's good to network, and moving forward, I plan to change my perception of things, but that's just how it was then. I don't really, go up to people and try to, get nothing up. I want to get it on my own 2 feet and move forward. But the experience itself, as far as just the performance alone, it was great. I mean, it was a good turnout. Of course, he brought the crowd out. Shout out to Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying, if he listens. But yeah, he brought the crowd out, and I was able to, use that opportunity to get my stuff exposed. So, it was great. The club vibed out. like really rocked out, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
And I got to say as well, you know, that must have been a phenomenal crowd just to be able to perform in front of, man. You know what I mean? Because like young Dolph,
Right.
he most definitely packs a house, man. So it must have been a surreal
Oh
experience
yeah, he
for
bought
you.
the house. He bought the city out.
And also as well, man, you had the opportunity to work with producer Kay the engineer. I was wondering, how did yourself and Kay get connected? And of course, like, what projects did he actually work with you on?
Who was that you asked?
Kay the engineer.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is my current manager's daughter. That's my current manager's daughter, and I was blessed to be you know, handed her work, and actually engineering my track, mixed mastering. She does a great job with everything she does, you know, the mixing and mastering of the whole thing, because mixing and mastering, whether you know it or not, plays a very large part in your music, especially like the sound, you know what I'm saying? Definitely want to make sure when you put it on radio, when you have it in the club, when somebody's playing in the car, that you have the right sound quality. And she definitely delivers every time. And like I said, us meeting was from my actual current manager, Suave. Suave is my current manager. Y'all give a shout out to one Suave in the building.
And also as well, reason why you're coming through the radio station is to promote your newest joint titled "A Movie," man. And I was wondering if you can tell our listeners, because right after this interview, I'm going to be spinning this song on the radio station. Like I was telling your manager on the phone yesterday evening that it's been spinning for the past couple weeks. But of course, after the interview, you know we gotta automatically give it a spin. So for the listeners that haven't already heard this phenomenal single, can you tell our listeners a bit more about it and what can they expect when they do listen to it?
First of all, man, I love your energy, man. I love this interview. Everything is going good. Let me say that first. But with this movie, with this track, this single that I have out, it's called The Movie, and I basically called it a movie because, for one, the whole thing, you know, the street life, people going out, most of the night is going to be a movie, this and that. So I kind of wanted to develop my concept around that initially, but once I got to actually making the lyrics of it, it was more of a party track. So people can vibe to and, you know, listen to and stuff like that. And with my music, I'm always being truthful. It's either something I did, doing, or planning to do futuristically, and that's my vibe and nature of music. But with this particular track, A Movie, I based the video around my life. Couple events that I've had go transpire within my life, and that's what I based the video itself off of. But the track is more so a party track in my eye. That's what I wanted to establish, a party track.
And I gotta say, it most definitely is a phenomenal single. And I was wondering as well, like, is it available on all streaming media platforms so individuals can actually add it to their favorite playlist?
All platforms. All the platforms, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, you name it, it's there. Just type in OGPD, A Movie, and it'll pull right up.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you
check that out, Canada.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear as well right after this interview, make sure you get it or you most definitely will regret it.
Man, make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all get that track. Support the up and coming. You like real music, you like real vibes, you tired of the same old things. I hear people say it all the time. I'm tired of the same vibe, I'm tired of the same music. Get you some OG PMD in your life and seek the message. Listen to the message that you're going to give it.
And also as well, man, I gotta ask, because obviously you're doing phenomenal things. You know, you're pushing the song, A Movie, like, really well, man. You're doing a big, huge media campaign. But I gotta ask you, what is next for OG PMD, man? Is there anything I happen to miss during this interview? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we have you here live on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM.
Well, let me start with a track that we did, and it's Give It All to You, featuring the First Lady, my blood cousin. We have a track that's on YouTube right now, and it's also on all platforms. It's called Give It All to You. Give It All to You, featuring First Lady. It's a great song, more so of an R&B type feel. And after a movie, I'm not really too certain on my next track, but I do have an idea that it most likely will be R&B. I'm an R&B type of guy, but I can vibe and create music in any field. In my eyes, give me a good beat, and I'm a flow to it. So just be expecting another R&B track, and I'm really trying to get the ladies saying right with this one though. I'm trying to bring back baby making. Music anyway. The music.
And also, OG, this is the time in the interview quickly, right before I wrap things up, that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything OG PMD if they're not already doing so.
Okay, most definitely. My primary site right now, as we speak, is my IG platform at PMD850. That's at PMD850. It's the same. Well, my Facebook is PMD Davis. You can check me out on Facebook. My YouTube channel is OGPMD. But I do have a site that my manager is currently creating. And we will be having that display on IG. So, like I say, IG is my primary platform, PMD850. And all platforms. A movie is on all platforms. All I Know is on all platforms. And Give It All to You is on all platforms. And I definitely want to give a shout out to my cousin Joker, PJ2X, my brother, Steel Gutter, Money Sign Steel Gutter, 52NT coming soon. Let me give a shout out to the Ridge on Southside in Tallahassee. Let me give a shout out to all of Tallahassee. You feel me? Do while I was born there, raised in Tally where I'm at. And shout out to my brother, my sisters, everybody, man, the whole fam, man. It's all, of course, my kids too. So yeah, Swan, I see you. Quino, I see you. We out here.
And I gotta say,
Shout out to John, most and foremost. Like, shout out to John for setting this all up.
And I gotta say, man, first and foremost, thank you so much, OG, for taking the time out of your busy evening and sliding into the radio station airwaves, man. It was an honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate the opportunity. Let's keep those things spinning, and I appreciate everything. I love it.
Hey, man, most definitely. You are most certainly welcome, OG. You have yourself a wonderful night, man, and I'm looking forward to hearing some more OG PMD in the future.
I'm actually looking forward to coming physically to visit. I like to travel, so let's try to set that up futuristically.
Hey, man, most definitely. Once the borders open back up, we can definitely make that.
Yes,
we make that possible.
All right, man. You take it easy, man.
You as well, man. Thank you so much.